If you're growing hard neck garlic this year, at this point in the season, you're probably noticing that a big, weird, round thing is starting to come out the center. That's called the garlic scape, and we're gonna show you exactly what you need to be doing with them.
Don't throw them out.
And think about throwing them out. Not
this
even
one
close.
will come at you. She came after me.
Or I'll come to your house and pick them myself and eat them myself. One of my favorite things to do with garlic scapes is, of course, make garlic scape pesto. That's typically what people think of when they're growing garlic and they see the scape coming up. They're super garlicky, so people are like, mix them with some basil, make yourself a pesto. It's awesome.
Don't get confused. It ain't a green onion.
No.
I went in and just chomped one down. You're gonna need about 6 to 10 breath mints after that.
It's super garlicky, and they make a great pesto, but one of my favorite things to do with them is make dill pickle grilled garlic scapes.
Ooh.
They're very, very few ingredients. Super easy to make, and they come together in just a second, and they're a great appetizer. So here's my garlic. You'll see I've grown quite a bit of it in my garden. And this is a hard neck variety. So the difference between hard neck and soft neck garlic is soft neck, when it grows, when you pull up the bulb, you can braid it beautifully and hang it in your kitchen. So
I think that looks gorgeous.
That's soft neck, but you don't get a scape with soft neck garlic. So you have to grow hard neck garlic, and it gives you that beautiful scape. So every year I choose to grow hard neck because I prefer to have the scape than be able to braid it, because I
agree. I think that's a good call, because while the braid looks gorgeous, this is actually useful.
Exactly, and I don't
eat it.
I'm not gonna braid them anyway. Like I'm just not gonna.
They do look pretty.
They're cool, but I'm not gonna do that. Now, a tip that I have for you when you're picking your garlic scape is, a lot of people will just snap it off at the top, and you can definitely do that. But if you notice, watch what I'm doing here. I'm pulling on the base of the scape and gently using my arm, get the guns involved here.
Get them in there.
Get those shoulder muscles happening, and you're pulling up on it. See the light pull up.
Oh, that doesn't, yeah, so you're just gingerly doing it.
You're pulling up, and what that's gonna do, if you can get it, I've missed some of them and they snap off, you can get about this much more garlic scape that's hiding in the shaft of the garlic scape that you'd be missing if you just snap it off.
Solid process, easily done, with a little bit of finesse.
Yeah, so the reason why you're pulling the scape off is because that's gonna redirect the energy into creating those big bulbs of garlic that everybody knows and loves. And if you don't snap it off, the plant is gonna then go, oh, now we're building a flower, so screw the bulb. We're gonna put all our energy into growing this scape. So that's why you wanna take them off.
So so it's not only is it good for the plant, it's good for you because you get to actually eat the garlic scape.
Yes, and see, that's how big it is when you can pull it right from the bottom.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's tricky to do, but if you can get it, that's what I recommend.
It looks like one of those things that, like, once you do one, you get the feel for it, and
yes,
you know what's happening. You can just like pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, and I missed a couple of them, but you know what, it happens. So I'm using the Skotti for this recipe. It's a great little portable grill. I like it because then I can make stuff right in my garden. And you can see the garlic right behind me. So I'm already smelling pretty garlicky here. I'm picking them, my hands smell like garlic, I've eaten a few of them. So I've got just a big clear bowl, and I'm taking out my garlic scapes, and you can see since they are pretty long, I just need to cut them down into more manageable pieces because it's hard to get them to fit into this bowl properly without them like going everywhere. So I'm just using my hands and breaking them apart.
Nice and simple.
Very
keeping
simple.
Keeping it moving, keeping it easy.
Yeah.
You got there some dill.
So that's the dill. So that's fresh dill that I also picked from the garden because these are going to be dill pickle. They have a dill pickle-y vibe to them.
Beautiful.
They're addicting. If you make these, I could literally eat that entire bowl. I think I ate like half of it for lunch when I made these.
We always do when we're cooking. We say it's because you need to sample along the way, but you just get in there. You just enjoy it.
Yes, you have to. And I don't know about you guys, but garlic is one of those addicting things to me that I can't stop eating it.
Totally.
When something's garlicky.
I'm right there with you.
I'm in. And now if you have quite a bit of these, this is not even a quarter of the amount of garlic scapes that I have, you can do so much with these. You can ferment them, you can turn them into salad dressings, which I've also done. Any place that you
What about this? To me, they're reminding me of an onion type of thing. What if you breaded them and deep fried them?
You could do that.
That would, I think, be delectable.
You could saute them in a stir fry. Anywhere, if you treat them like regular garlic, anywhere that you put garlic, you can put these. So now we're just putting in some olive oil and some white vinegar because we want to give them that dill pickle-y vibe. So we're seasoning them before they hit the grill. So
I love a plain white vinegar.
Me too. And I'm adding in some nutritional yeast because it's going to give them like a savory, kind of cheesy vibe to them.
Ooh.
Then heavy on the salt and pepper to give them tons of flavor. And then I'm just taking that fresh dill, and there's really nothing like fresh dill. You can
I
use dry
agree.
dill here,
No, it ain't. That is one that it totally ain't the same.
but no, it smells, fresh dill is like a punch in the head. Like, in a good way.
It's like, to me, it's like the spring, it's the flavors of spring.
Yes.
I love, nothing beats fresh dill in scrambled eggs. To
Oh,
me, that's
yeah.
like one of my favorite things to enjoy once I get some fresh dill from the garden.
You could put garlic scapes in eggs, too.
That would be so, I'm thinking I like this combo for eggs.
Yes.
I think you could put anything in scramby eggs.
And this girl likes her eggs.
I love my scramby eggs.
So you're just gonna get the dill, break it up with your fingers. I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes while I'm doing this because it's the country, that's what happens.
But another good reason to grill, when you actually grill, the smoke actually deters the bugs.
Yes.
So not that we need 101 reasons to grill, but there's your 102nd reason.
Absolutely. And I like getting in there with my hands and just making sure they're nice and coated in that mixture. Now we've got our grill on high heat. These don't need to go on for very long at all.
I cannot stand overcooked veg.
But see, some people like that. Some people don't like to be like the fibrous nature of certain vegetables, so they like to get them on the softer side. It's really up to you.
I ain't into it. I like a cooked exterior, crunchy interior.
Yes. And as soon as these hit the grill, you can start to smell that dill.
I can just imagine, and if you cook that in like the suburbs, like in my neighborhood, people would come a-running.
Yeah, they smell, because they're so garlicky, it smells like there's so many more ingredients to this recipe than there actually is.
Well, because I feel like garlic scapes are more like nuanced, if you will, as opposed to regular garlic. There's a little bit of like an oniony flavor, there's
Yes.
some garlicky flavor, there's also a little bit of like that fresh grass type of flavor.
Yes, it does have a green vibe
Yes.
to it. They're not as pungent as typical garlic, but they are very strong.
But you would never just saute garlic like that and eat it. This is a plate.
I would.
No, you
would.
wouldn't.
I love garlic. I could eat
You
garlic.
would never eat garlic that is sauteed on the grill for 2 seconds and eat it raw, because if you did, I wouldn't be around you for at least 2 weeks.
Don't govern my garlic intake.
I'm not, but see ya, because I ain't coming around ya. Love ya, but bye-bye.
That's how I felt eating these too. Even though they're grilled, they're still extremely pungent, and you are going to get quite garlicky eating them.
Okay, but chop those up, throw them in some cooked pasta, throw them in. I don't know why we always go with a pasta dish, a potato salad. That would be delectable in a potato salad.
Yes, they're
Throw in some crispy bacon and garlic scape potato salad. Come on.
That would be incredible. I ate these for lunch as is, literally just a big bowl of them because they're so good. So if you are growing garlic in your garden and you're thinking like, I have a lot of them and I'm sick of pesto, I don't want to make any more pesto, we encourage you to try this recipe because you will love it. If you love dill pickles, you will love this.
Totally, and try growing garlic.
Yes.
Because that's like fun too. You get the scapes and you also get the garlic.
And it's way easier to grow than I think a lot of people think garlic is tricky, but it's not.
Tomatoes are much trickier than garlic, and people grow them.
Yes.
Get yourself some breath mints. Make this dish this weekend.
You were around me and you didn't say I needed any breath mints.
I always think you need breath mints. I'm totally kidding, honey. You are morning fresh morning fresh ain't. That's not what we're going for
No,
here.
that's bad breath.
That's not right.
This is insulting on a multitude of levels.
You smell wonderful.
Everybody's gonna think I stink.
You don't.
You
smell
stink.
Excuse me?